What's up? What's up? I'm right now about to wash dishes in a few. It's in the middle of the meal hour, but I did want to talk to you guys about the whole situation that's going on. But I'll do it later once I finish the meal hour and I have time to actually talk to you guys. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all in a minute. So I'm back in my hold again, but today I want to talk about the Baltimore Bridge collapsing. Some of you have asked me what my take on it would be as a merchant mariner myself, and how I feel about it, what does it mean, and it's kind of honestly like, it's being a merchant mariner. There's like two sides. Like I explained to some of you guys, there's the commercial side, which was with container ships like the one that hit the bridge, or like big gas tankers, the ones that see like with the big spheres on it, stuff like that. And then you have my side, the government side, pretty much the not private company, the government side, and that's the one I work for. So I can't truly speak on how it is to be on the private side, as their customer would be, again, whomever product or shipments they're moving, and our product or our customer would be the Navy, pretty much. But what I can say is, when I've talked to my dad and some other people that I know that sailed privately as a merchant mariner, a lot of things fall on the captain. So yes, it could have been a freak accident, but a lot of times stuff like this would fall on the captain. But again, if a pilot is on board, then it would fall on the pilot. And for people that don't know, a pilot is usually if you go into like specific areas, like specific ports, there's a pilot or a person that he's a captain. Usually he's a captain. But it has like years and years of experience that knows the specific terrain in that general area. So they would be the one that be in charge of like usually you coming in and leaving out the port. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not putting blame on anybody because I wasn't there and I have no idea what happened. From what it looked like, from some of the videos that I've seen, it looked like the ship was losing, the power was going in and out. So that could have easily been they lost power steering, and then they wasn't able to take control of the ship in time before it hit the bridge. Again, I wasn't there. I'm not an expert on like steering or whatever happened. I'm not an expert on stuff like that. But from what I've known about shipboard life and how certain things go, like us pulling out of port, how we navigate through, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times it's usually a pilot that'd be in charge of going in and out. Again, a captain has a discretion of not taking a pilot, so it could have been a captain also. But again, it looks like, from what I'm seeing, it looked like I don't want to say a freak accident, but it looks like an accident. Well, obviously it's an accident, but it looks like an uncontrolled accident. Like, it just looks like the power went out on the ship, was going in and out on the ship, so they lost steering, and you know what I'm saying, they hit the bridge. Again, y'all know me, I am big on like conspiracy theories and stuff like that, but this one doesn't really look like one. It does, from what I've seen, the full video, or at least the video that I've seen of it, it looks like what I just said. It looks like the ship lost steering, and they wasn't able to get it back before, and they were just running with the current of the like, I don't know if it's a river, the river's current, and then it hit the bridge. Again, who's to say what really went? I don't know, because I'm not going too deep into it, but I've seen people done way worse. Like, I'm not even gonna go into it, but yeah, that's just from what I've seen from the video. What does this mean though? The maritime industry is gonna be weird. For us, like regular workers, there probably isn't gonna be like a crazy amount of training or anything, because it really didn't. That was mainly navigation, pilot stuff, like stuff that has nothing to do with like the lower level. You know what I'm saying? But it's still I'm very sad, or I'm not. I feel sorry for the people that was on the ship and for the families that's on the bridge. Because either way, you have regular workers like me that's on there that had nothing to do with it. It probably just was working, doing their regular job, and then all of a sudden craziness happened out of nowhere for them. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, like me, we're out there, we're already leaving, we're already out to sea. I'm already back to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm inside, I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I would have no idea what's going on outside, and then for something crazy just happen out of nowhere, that would be crazy. And so I definitely feel for the people that's on the ship. I definitely feel for the families that's on the bridge. I know there was a few lives lost. It's just a tragedy. It's a tragedy. It's not too much else I can say about it. Like I said, I'm not pointing blame on anyone, because again, I wasn't there and I don't have any say on what happened there or anything like that. But a lot of times, let's say you just I don't want to say just, let's say a captain runs aground on a ship, especially the private sector. When a captain runs aground, this isn't aground, but for an example, a captain runs aground, a lot of times, sad to say, mentally, I've heard of a lot of captains, they would take their life for something like that. So, and that's with nobody dying, that's just with the ship being messed up. A lot of captains would take their life for something like that. And it's very sad. So for something like this, which is way worse than running aground, don't get me wrong, running aground is horrible. And if people that don't know, running aground is pretty much, you destroyed the ship. You hit, whether you hit land or you went through a canal that it wasn't deep enough for the ship, so you hit things in the water, like rocks or whatever. It's pretty much self-explanatory, running aground. So this is way worse than that, because there was actual lives lost here. So I can imagine what the captain feels like, what the crew feels like. For the families that did lose family members on the bridge, it's just a tragedy, you know. Yeah, sad. It's sad. It's very sad. For me, it's crazy to hear about the other side of things. Like, you hear about things on the private sector. That's if you, like you said, you go to SIU or you go to like these other companies, Maersk or whatever. You hear about things happening in the private sector, but you never really see it. This is the first time it's like broadcasted, people seeing things happen in real time. And it's a crazy disaster to see, especially in something it's so routine. Like, leaving out of port is very routine. So there was a lot of things that there had been a combination of things that went wrong. Given the time of day it happened, there wasn't too many people on the bridge. But usually, if a ship's 30 minutes prior, if a ship is already planning on going through a bridge, that bridge is usually closed. Or not closed, the bridge is already up. Cars would not be going back and forth through it, you know what I'm saying, at all, for like at least 20-30 minutes. So it's crazy that there was even anybody on the bridge driving by, cars even on the bridge at all. Like I said, it's a tragedy, and it's very, very unfortunate. But like I said, my condolences to anybody that has lost family during during the event, and for the people that is missing, I hope they're found. But around this time, this is usually like a recovery as opposed to saving a life, you know. So like I said, I don't know much more else. I don't have all the information, but this is pretty much all I know. Yeah, I just wanted to shine a light on certain things from my perspective on what might have happened, what could have happened. Yeah, but I love you guys. Stay safe, everybody. Stay safe. Like, just like that, anything can happen. Anything can happen just like that. So, yeah, stay safe. Always be vigilant if you're going to be on these ships. I love you guys. Deuces.